Get off the sidelines and take control of your financial future at www.tackletrading.com. Get in the game.
Matt Justice here for Tackle Trading and the daily market recap video. Want to talk a little bit about the market, what it did today, kind of how it was moving today. But just looking in terms of today's price action, a little bit of a slowdown from last week, obviously, as the market just exploded, based on what I believe is a false sense of Fed action. The market took the Fed announcement last week very dovish, which meant the marketplace went up and the dollar went down. However, I don't know if that's what I read into the report. They took out the patience language, but in Janet Yellen's speech, she talked about how the Fed was not going to be impatient. And basically what the market expects is about a 14% likelihood that the Fed won't do anything this year in terms of increasing rates. And I just don't see that being the case. And I think they took the statement a little too bullish. And I think the market kind of, pulling back a little bit on that Fed announcement. I mean, I do not believe there's going to be an interest rate hike coming into the April meeting, but I do believe in June when the Fed meets that there is a potential rate hike there, and ultimately by September, October, I believe the Fed will increase interest rates. And I think they will do fairly sudden. And so they took this announcement very, very dovish. But even today, and this is kind of what stood out to me, even today with like St. Louis Fed President James Bullard telling CNBC that there's a little bit of a misplaced investor expectations on the first rate hike. Now, when somebody like President James Bullard says that, who is basically the Fed's the guy the Fed sends out there to talk about how amazing and awesome and fantastic the market is and how the Fed's never going to increase interest rates, when he says that there may be have misplaced a little bit of the expectations out of last week's meetings, that brings it back a little bit. Even Richard Fisher, who is the Dallas Fed Bank president, he made that statement that there's probably going to be rate hikes this year. And even Cleveland Fed President Mester, who's given a speech in Paris today, talked about how they could be doing more to help guide the market in terms of their central banking policies and letting them know exactly when they're going to raise rates. So I'm not sure that there isn't going to be a rate hike. Richard Fisher said it was very likely that there's going to be a rate hike by the end of the year. So I think the Fed is taking these Fed speeches today, which is what the only thing the market cares about right now. The market doesn't care about, underlying fundamentals. They care about what the Fed does with interest rates, and they're on what's called data watching, which basically means looking at the unemployment report, looking at the CPI report, and so on and so forth. So a little bit of a drawback coming into there, although the dollar still did go down today. It went down about a percent today. Little bit of slowing momentum. I kind of like the dollar in that capacity. Crude oil up a couple percent today, marching its way back up. Dollar goes down. Crude's going up. Gold index still going up. Like I said, took a shot right there. I'm expecting the gold to get into the 1200 mark and then potentially buying puts on it. Silver had a fantastic day today, up 0.5%. Euro dollar down up yesterday, up about 1%. It just barely opened up today in terms of the movement. The Australian market's just opened up, and so it's not doing much of anything. The VIX added a little bit today, about 3% on the VIX, but still very, very, very low volatility. What today was about was really just kind of the market taking a breather, taking a step back on their dovish, very, very dovish read of the Fed's monetary policy from last week, which I think was to a certain extent a mistake based on the market belief that the Fed won't increase interest rates this year. I certainly do believe that they will increase interest rates this year, and the market simply took a step back from that. Outside of that, not a lot of news in the market today. We didn't get there's hardly no economic reports coming out today, and we start seeing a little bit of that coming into tomorrow. So looking at the market once again, still bullish, still tracking into the 2120 level. Just took a little bit of a day off. We'll see how that responds tomorrow. Dollar index slowing down a tad at the $97 mark, and I do believe 97 is an important number for the dollar index, and I'll be looking to get long back on the dollar as well. Matt Justice for the market recap today on the March 23rd of 2015. Hope you enjoyed it. Check us out over there at www.tackletrading.com. Get in the game, change your life, make some money.